stop here to check things over. Oh, sounds so good. Alright, I'm in the car now. I did drive it. I think I got a total of like 17 miles on it now. I'm going to drive it some more here once I get this figured out. I wanted to show you a couple key things about, you know, the whole LS swap thing. I think people are getting tired of hearing LS swap, which I kind of agree with, but at the same time, there's a reason why I put this engine in this car, why I went with a 5.3 and went with the LS, and it wasn't to... I mean, obviously, I'm not the first guy to do this, and I'm not trying to be the first guy to do this. And really, I think people saw it like as a trend that was going to die. Well, I don't think it's a trend that's going to die. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do this to your car, to be honest with you. Simplicity and reliability, efficiency, and everything you get out of it. Now, I've gotten some comments on my build, people saying, why would you put a carb on an LS? Well, it's not a carb. It's not a carb at all. It looks like a carb, but technically I think you would consider it a throttle body injection with many modern features, and I'll show you here in just a second all the different things you can do with this. It's phenomenal. It runs amazing, and we're getting ready to go to another drive because I'm going to do some data logging on the MSD, which I'll show you here in a second, and then I might see if I can get the Sniper to do some logging as well. So as far as the touchscreen goes on here, there's many different things you can do on here. As far as like tuning your monitors, everything else, you can change all your idle settings. This car, it's almost a little under 40 degrees today, and it fires up, idles up on its own, has ramps up the fuel and everything until it gets up to a certain temperature. I now have it wired so that when I hit a certain, I think 196 degrees, I have the Sniper automatically turns on my electric fan, which was super simple to wire up. And then down here, I've got the MSD viewer open, which this didn't cost any extra. This came with the MSD controller. You plug in your fast drive, download it to the computer, and this will show you everything you want to know, all the difference in timing tables, everything else. I can set up rev limiters. I mean, this thing is just awesome. Launch control, I don't know if I said that already. Here's our timing tables we got set up, which it's on the truck high output right now, which would be this one. So these are just some of the benefits and features that come with having a carb. Even if you did run a carb, I'm doing the Sniper, but this MSD is awesome, the different things you can do. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this thing runs phenomenal compared to the, what I would call mildly built, equally built, small block Chevy 350, that it was a late 70s block, I believe. But anyways, see, I got the hood back on, the car's warmed up. Let's go for a drive. One thing I can tell you right away, that's kind of a downfall with this car, this 3-speed turbo 400. So it turns out this thing's got like a 3800 stall converter in it, which is pretty spicy for the road for a streetable car. It does move, it does get up and go, but you can tell she really don't come to life until about 3800. Alright guys, made it back to the house. This MSD viewer is sweet. All the things you can do on here. It was kind of nice to be able to watch all the timing tables and all that, see how all that works. So anyways guys, that's enough talking. There's going to be a lot more coming with this car. Unfortunately, the weather is moving in the wrong direction for what we like to do around here, but I already got some things in mind I want to do. So if you're a third gen lover, be sure and subscribe. Check out some of the other things we're going to do to this car to make it more, I don't know, competitive. I want to go do some stuff with it as far as drag racing, maybe some road courses. It's kind of built to do all of it, like not all of it, but a little bit of every bit of it. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. Dadgummit, stay good.